All right. We are live. Going to go ahead and just wait for a few people. All right. We are live. Going to go ahead and just wait for a few people. All right. All right, everybody. This is about the second time I've tried to do this, and I'm new to the live on YouTube, so please forgive me. Third time's the charm, I hope. So I wanted to give an instructional video on how people can testify at the Colorado State Capitol if they do not want to attend in person but still want to give their testimony in person to the committee. There is a sense of personable interaction whenever you are giving that testimony via online, remotely, face-to-face, as face-to-face as we can get remotely, as it is close to being there in person. So we are recommending that people get this process down and learn how to register and testify at the Capitol for some bills. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. And we have a bill coming up that we are looking to have as many participants as possible. And this is House Bill 1058, which promotes social distancing within the marijuana industry. And I'll go into more detail about this bill that will be heard tomorrow at 1:30 for those who would like to testify. We first need to go to leg.colorado.gov, and you can enter that website. Again, it's leg.colorado.gov, and you can enter that into either your cell phone or your computer, and it will take you to this site. You can go to you go over the committees and go to public testimony option. After public testimony option, it's going to send you to the Welcome the Colorado General Assembly. What we're going to do is remote testimony, and we don't want to submit a written testimony. We're not testifying in person. And if you just want to listen online to get the hang of things, that's fine. However, for those of we need your voice and your testimony and your story. So what we're going to be doing is remotely via WebEx. WebEx is what the Colorado Capitol uses as the platform for interaction between the two. So you're going to click on remotely via WebEx, and this is going to take you, you could either remote testimony again, submit it. However, I do have something that we do want you to submit in addition to signing up. What you will do here is go to by committee and hearing. On committee name, you're going to go down to the House Business Affairs and Labor, because this is the committee that bill will be heard in. The meeting date is tomorrow, which is May 13th, and it is at 1:30. Be sure to click on the very first one, which is 1058, promoting social distancing in the marijuana industry. Sponsors are Gray and Representative Gray and Senator Gonzalez. So you just click on that. It will bring up your title, first name, last name, preferred pronoun, the position for, which is the very top one. And if you are representing yourself or if you're representing an organization, you will enter your information right here. You will click sign up. It will send you an email for confirmation and give you a link to the WebEx address. So in order to actually testify, you do need to have the WebEx. So what we will do is go to webex.com, go to download. And when you go to download, it gives you options for either a Mac computer or a PC. And you also have the option on your cell phones to download this app on either Android or on iOS, which is Apple. So this gives you many options on how you can participate in testifying at the Capitol. Now, one other thing, if you are interested in the bill that will be heard tomorrow, is to go to coloradonormal.org. Again, that's coloradonormal.org. If you scroll over news and events and go down to the very bottom, it will say action alerts. And these are alerts that people need to take action on ASAP. These are time-sensitive issues, and so you will be adding your address, your first name, last name, email, city, zip, and start writing. When you start writing, it's going to take you over into this area. Let's see. That was on the first video that I did this. But we're going to go into that action. Okay, so once you click on that, you'll be start writing. And once you start writing, it will bring up every representative that is on the business committee. So you don't have to sit there and look at who's who and put them in individually. We've already done the hard work for you. We also have a template here that you can follow or you can change up as your constituent or as your patient, as a wheelchair bound person. This makes it easier for me. I can't get out and drive. Personal stories impact and make a difference, and your voice will be heard, and every voice makes a difference. So you just have to remember that when you are writing this letter. And if you want to personalize it, it's great to do and personalize this letter if you are going to testify tomorrow, because they will get a letter from you tonight or tomorrow morning, and then they will hear your story again in person via remotely, and this just makes for a much more impactful decision on the legislators. This letter says, as your constituent, I'm writing to urge your support for HB 21-1058, which is promoting social distancing within the marijuana industry. On March 20th, 2020, Governor Polis first signed Executive Order D 2020-11, which suspended the requirement for medical marijuana patients to have an in-person physical examination in order to be eligible for the medical marijuana card. This allowed retail marijuana stores to facilitate online ordering of marijuana and allow retail marijuana stores to facilitate sales to customers outside the licensed premises. The cannabis industry has worked closely with the MED to make permanent rules related to social distancing, but some statutory changes are needed. So this bill permits physicians to conduct medical marijuana examinations for patients via telehealth, and it aligns retail marijuana law with medical, repealing the prohibition of online sales. And again, at the bottom, it says, we urge you to support. Yes, on 1058, keeping Colorado safe and healthy during the pandemic. And remember to include your story if you cannot drive to your doctor. That is super, super helpful. And once you are satisfied with what you have wrote, you're going to go ahead and you're going to say send letter. And once this does, it says thanks for your support. And this has 22 letters sent, and I put a goal of 1,000, so I overshot just a little bit, I would say. However, if this video goes viral, we might get 1,000. Who knows? It's my first time doing a YouTube live, so we'll see. This will catch on. There is a direct link which you can send to other people who you would like to send a letter to these representatives hearing this bill. This also has email to a friend, or embed this letter campaign into your website, which is super, super easy. Click Control A on this and then go into your web page and put a little HTML this is in code already, so there's nothing you really have to do. Just lay out it on your website, and we would be more than ecstatic to help you in the process if need be. These are other organizations that we work with. There is Cancer Patient Resources Connection, CPRC, Bridget Surratt. She is amazing and a wealth of knowledge. We have American Medical Refugees with Amy Dawn Hildebrand, who is a powerhouse, and we have Southern Colorado Cannabis Council, who consults, who represents patients from the SoCo area, so Southern Colorado with the Colorado Springs area, and then Safe Access Colorado. Michelle Walker, love working with you. I love each and every one of the people I work with and appreciate that we have the strength to build the coalition at the Capitol like we do. If anybody has any questions about how to remote testify, or any questions about the bill that's going to be heard, or any questions about bills that may have just dropped that we are going to need to testify on, there will be one here in Colorado to drop that patients are going to want to be aware of. So I'm just going to leave you with that and hope you learned how to testify via remotely at the Colorado Capitol. Thank you all.